Marilyn is somebody who has created a legacy for herself by no intention of her own. She really has a humble spirit.
I grew up in a very small town, and my father and my grandfather were both kind of involved in the community, even though we only had a population of about 500.
Her family didn't have much money.
We had a little city hall, and my grandfather and my father both would take an active part in different things. I guess that's where I really got started.
Marilyn got married. She met George, who she's still married to. They've been married for over 50 years. And she met him when she was 15 years old. They got married at 17. He was in the Air Force, and they ended up having 2 children. And then she worked at, very interesting jobs.
I went to work in the county clerk's office, so between those 2 offices, I worked approximately 7 years in the courthouse before I moved forward to run for the county clerk.
And this was in the, we're talking the late 60s, early 70s. Now, a woman couldn't get a credit card in her own name until the early 1980s or the late 70s if she had some help from someone. And so you have to look at the times where Marilyn was in.
The hardest part, I think, of my campaign was I was working a full-time job in the county clerk's office. I was taking vacation in the evenings on 2 days a week, and then I would campaign at night until dark, and then I would work on the weekends. Now, you understand, I have a family, I have a full-time job, and I'm trying to campaign.
But she became the first person in Washington County to win every precinct.
I remember I wrote an opinion for her, and that was a formal legal opinion, and that was the first time I'd met her. She was determined to do a good job and to be as transparent as possible.
She has been 26 years as a county clerk.
I was sitting in my office one day, and our friend, John Burrow, came in to me, and I said, "John, I'm going to be very bored. I don't know what I'm going to do." He said, "You've got too much to offer. You cannot quit now. There is going to be a new rep seat created. It will be in your district, and you need to consider it." I said, "Are you kidding me?" He said, "No, you need to run for that seat." Luckily, I filed for the seat, and no one ran against me.
First thing I noticed about Marilyn is her vivaciousness during that time when she got in the legislature. And it was the Speaker of the House at the time that not only appointed her the Speaker, the Assistant Pro Tem of the 3rd District during her freshman year. Seniority didn't mean anything after that. She was now in leadership her first day in the legislature, and I think that's absolutely huge.
When I went to Little Rock, I made my mind up that I was not going down there to carry a ton of bad bills. We have enough of those. I made up my mind that I was going to try to work on killing some bad bills.
Marilyn always had an uncanny way to be put in special places or special positions. When she ran for county judge of Washington County, for a 180-year history, it's been all men. And she broke that ceiling.
Because there's no job, I don't care what it is, right up to the presidency, that's a man's job.
She inherited some major building projects, rebuilding the deck, refurbished the old Terminella building, building it out, and the old courthouse. So she inherited some major building projects. Then before we knew it, we were having to build an animal shelter.
And this building is my pride and joy. I love this building. I have babied this building. We were able to go out and get grants to do work on this building. My office is down at the end of the hall here. That was the office that I was in, and I was still sitting at the same desk when I left here, which was several years later.
I think Marilyn would be seen as a public servant who cares about people. That's really what she's known for.
She was always, determined that when she got elected, whatever position it was, that she was going to serve the taxpayers.
I've been very blessed. I'm one of those few people that I know that's been allowed to do what she loves the most, and that's be involved in politics. Serve the people with dignity and honor. That's the main thing.